everybody, Ira Miller here, Monday Night Live, and it is February already. Man, January just went by like that. That's just crazy. So, I guess time flies when you're having fun, right? So, I think we all been having a lot of fun here lately, especially with what's been going on in the political world, which we won't get into. All right, hold on a second. Let me, there we go. I couldn't see anything. All right, so who do we have? First of all, Kevin. He's out on another cruise. This guy, I think, lives on a cruise ship. It's crazy. So, so I got Pat and Jane in the house. How y'all doing? I think y'all are coming down, we just watched my Oto video. So yeah, I only put one out there. I do have two walkthroughs that I did. Actually, I did 3 walkthroughs. I did 2 in On Top of the World and 1 in Del Webb. So it was a good thing I got there when I did. I can't remember. I think I can't remember the one that had all the drywall. Maybe they both had drywall stacked up all in there. But anyways, wanted everybody to see. Hey Pat. Wanted everybody so Pat and Jane, is Pat? All right, I guess y'all are together, right? You didn't, sometimes I think y'all kind of, or you're on different computers or something. But anyways, Pat and Jane, thank you so much for joining us. You guys are #1 in the chat room today, so beat out Kevin, because like I said, he's out there on a cruise ship. Then we have Trish Navarro, so from Augusta, Georgia. So I think Trish, she kind of likes On Top of the World as well, I believe. And my racer girl coming down here soon, I know. I don't think she minds me calling her by her first name. So thanks Renee for joining us this evening. So Pat, I'm here. Okay, there you go. See, I knew you guys popped up on different your different handles, I'll say. We are different houses, but we have an Ira watch party on Monday. Okay. All right, well that's cool. I'll take that. Let's see. Where's my phone? Christian take off with my phone? I think he did. He's downloading some stuff. All right, so last week, wasn't too good. I was kind of under the weather a little bit, so sorry I bailed on y'all last week. But anyways, we had so what Christian's doing is he's downloading our little outing we had, not last Friday, but the Friday before that, when Jason was Jace Gallagher, who I just called Jason, I don't know. That's what he, when I answered the phone, that's who he told me he was. So he's been Jason ever since. So everybody else calls him Jace. He calls himself Jace. I think that's his stage name, so I'm going to call him his unstaged name, because that's my buddy there. So that's how that goes. Let's see what else. Rich A. Audio is very low. Thanks, Rich. So let's see. Let me know how that is. That was down pretty low. So we good now? Yeah, hey, always tell me if there's a problem, let me know so we can straighten it out, especially when we're early into the game here. You know, these fancy things, these newfangled things, you know. All right, Rich, let me know how we are now. Okay, Pat, we are different houses. All right, there we go. Sounds better. It's not too staticky. Here's what happens. We'll do videos with this microphone, and when I do videos, I don't know, it tends to pick up background noise or something. I don't know, something's in my office buzzing around. So I think Christian kind of turns it down on us. Anyways, what I was saying was, so 2 Fridays ago, Jason was down playing. So we had ourselves a little party at World of Beer like we usually do when he comes down. Let's see. So he was, well, I saw him twice actually. The third day was at Tierra del Sol on Saturday. Where the heck did I see him? Oh. Yeah, I think he was at Americana. He was at Americana. That's what it was. He was at Americana 2 nights because it was so freaking cold out. They closed the squares. They didn't even have any entertainment on the squares. But Americana over in Spanish Springs said, yeah, come on over. So me and Kevin went over there, hung out with Jason while he played a little bit. They got some nice heaters. Even though we were outside, they had these curtain things going on with some heaters coming down. So wasn't too bad. So I saw him at Americana, I think on Wednesday, maybe it was Thursday, and then I saw him World of Beer. So I don't want him to think I'm too much of a fanboy, so I gave him a break there on Tierra del Sol. So Patrick, buddy, how's it going, man? So Patrick, I don't know. Should we just say what happens in the villages stays in the villages, Patrick? Because, man, oh man, Patrick was like a kid in a candy store here in the villages. We'll just leave it at that. How's that? All right. So I'm waiting for Christian to come back because, well, I tell you what we're gonna do. So we have a guest tonight. I don't want to bring him on till we get a few more people in the house. And that's what I'm kind of wondering is how many people. I can't tell. I can only tell when we're not in my my regular office studio. We're using the conference room tonight so we can have our guest come in and we have some room in here. But Christian's downloading a little video from when Jason was here at World of Beer. So I'll wait for that. While we're waiting on that, all right, this would be a perfect segue actually now that I think about it. So we're going to talk about the market, we're going to do a little market update, and then we'll have our guest speaker come on. So why don't we, let's see, do this. There I am. Okay. There. All right. Let's see here. You'd think I never did this before. All right. So I wasn't here here last Monday, but the Monday before that, I got a big shock because we were over 601 to be exact, listings in the MLS in the villages. So we're gonna go ahead, I don't even know. I didn't check before I came on the air, but let's check and see how many there are tonight. Okay, 613, wow. So, it continues to go up. Let's see what sold, how many sold in the last 14 days, since the last time we checked. So 51 homes actually sold in the villages, whoops, where are we? In the villages over here. So homes are selling, it's not like they're not selling. Actually, these closed, these are closed, so these actually went under contract. So let's do this instead. Let's go to pending. What went pending? Those are the ones that went under contract. So look at that. 74 homes went pending in the last 2 weeks, compared to 51 that closed in the last 2 weeks. So that means typically 30 days before those 2 weeks, these homes went under contract, and then it takes about 30 days to close. So if that's the case though, this is a good sign, okay? I mean, so the fact that there's 74 homes went under contract as opposed to 51 before that, that's great. So I like that number, but I don't like this number, 613. So it continues to go up, and we don't like that. So that's kind of why I brought our guest in today. Actually, let me see. Can I do this? I'm going to try something. 14 to 28. Did that work? Okay, so the 14 days before that was 66 matches. So 2 weeks before the last 2 weeks, 66 homes went under contract.
Just making an adjustment.
I had to make an adjustment over here because they said they couldn't hear me. Turned it down too much. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, someone was just saying it sounded like across the room, so I just wanted to test something.
Okay. Anyways.
By the way, you have 27 viewers right now.
Let's see. So, with 66 homes going pending 4 weeks ago, 4 weeks to 2 weeks, and now going back 2 weeks, we see 74. Zero to 14. Yeah, 74. So that's a good sign. I like that. So anyways, let's go ahead and bring our guest in, because I asked Kerry to come in because I wanted to talk to everybody about what we can do to combat this. So, without further ado, let me go to full here. There we go. All right, Kerry, come on in. This is Kerry Collins.
Hello, everyone. I'm Kerry Collins.
And we have, where's my,
Green.
okay. So, did we put Kerry's information in here yet?
Yeah, I have it pinned at the top.
Okay, so at the, so that's, okay. So Kerry at assurehomelending.com. If you want to reach him, Christian went ahead and put his contact information at the top of our chat, but then we'll go ahead and we'll put the same information in there when we're done. So Kerry is a mortgage lender, and I asked Kerry if he would come in because I had the idea that, well, I didn't fudge those numbers actually. So since it looks like sales are picking up a little bit, since it was 66 in one block of 2 weeks and 74 in the last block of 2 weeks of sales, we don't want to time the market to the point where you're going to get caught with higher priced homes. But I know a lot of people are out there thinking that you're going to hang out and wait for interest rates to go down. And so there is something that we can do about that. So we're going to start off with the 3-2-1 plan. And I would like Kerry to kind of explain a little bit about what that 3-2-1 plan is going to do.
So one of the things that that I think is an opportunity, is when you have, Ira as a realtor, he's going to be able to negotiate seller concessions, and as part of the sales contract. And when you receive seller concessions, you can use them in a number of ways. But one of the really great ways to use them is with something called a temporary buy down. And a temporary buy down basically is that you buy the rate down for a certain amount of time, and then it goes back to the original rate that you have. So it's not an adjustable rate mortgage, it's just a temporary rate buy down. So for instance, on a 3-2-1 buy down, if the rate that you locked at was 7%, the first year it would be 4%, the second year it would be 5%, the third year it would be 6%, and then the fourth year it would go back to the regular 7%. So it's a temporary buy down, and what happens is you get a seller concession to cover the cost of that buy down. And you can do it in a number of different years. You can do a 1-1 where it's only 1 year. You can do a 2-1 buy down where it's 2 years and then 1 year. So it varies depending on how much of a seller concession you can receive. So it's a really great thing to do, and all the experts really believe that rates are going to come down at some point in the future.
So give us a scenario like what we talked about. If we did the 3-2-1 and we started off with, so again, it's not an adjustable. An adjustable goes up and down with whatever the interest rates are, right? Mm-hmm. So this is a temporary buy down where you're buying it. So you were telling me we could buy this all the way down to 4% for the first year.
For the first year, yeah.
So he's saying we could buy it down for 3 percentage points. So if interest rates are at 7% and you're waiting for interest rates to come down, you can go ahead and get in at 4% right now with this 3-2-1 buy down. So if interest rates, and then the second year, right? The second year, it'll go up one point, right? One
correct
percentage point.
Yeah.
So it'd go to 5%. Well, the whole idea with that is we expect interest rates to go down. But rather than, so this is why I wanted to bring Kerry on. So rather than waiting until whenever interest rates do fall, you can go ahead and buy it out. Now, let me ask, so I originally brought Kerry in because I thought, well, we can permanently buy down interest rates with origination points, right?
Right. And I think that the challenge with that is, if you get that the difference isn't as dramatic in terms of the amount that you can buy down, because it could get pretty expensive to buy down, even going from 7 to 6.5. It could be $4,000 or $5,000 just to do that. Where if it's temporary, we can use more of those funds to buy it down on a temporary basis, and then there's an opportunity to refinance in the future.
Yeah.
you know, when it makes sense, obviously.
Right, so that's what the temporary buy
Right.
down is for, to go ahead and buy in at a lower interest rate right now. But when interest rates do come down, then you can refinance and then continue on with those lower interest rates. So,
And I'll tell you, any lender or loan originator like myself should be able to do the calculation based on the loan amount and how much it would cost. And you know, it's really important that before you finalize the sales contract that you just understand, here's how much in a seller concession we need. So that the seller's paying for that buy down.
right, so it's not coming out of your pocket. We're just making a deal. Now, I just showed you that inventory is going up. And so sellers are gonna be more likely to deal with buyers in the form of what Kerry was saying, in the form of seller concessions. Seller concessions means the seller is willing to give up a certain amount of money. Now, I guess typically seller concessions were for people who couldn't afford to buy a home. They didn't have the closing costs to buy a home. So seller concessions was the seller giving the buyer money to afford the closing costs so they can go ahead and get a mortgage. But in this case, we're talking about buying down interest rates. And so I think that's what most people are looking to do today because, hey, I understand it. Years ago, you can get a mortgage for 3.5%. And I'm gonna tell you, I don't think you're ever gonna see that again, so I'm just trying to set the proper expectations for that. You think we'll ever see 4.5 or 5%?
I think we could get back in the fives at some point.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna, you know, interest rates go down slow. They go up fast, but they go down slow, right? So, and I think it will take a while to get there. But, you know, I think by the end of the year, we could be in the low sixes maybe. But then I think we'll be on another plateau for a while, and then maybe they'll drop at some point.
I think that's Trump's plan, is to get interest rates down and get the real estate market moving again, because that's really what makes this country move, is real estate. And he's a real estate guy, right? So I think, you know, he's gonna have his hand on the pulse of real estate, and somewhere along the lines, he's gonna do what he can to get real estate pumping again, because since it's so sluggish. But, so give me an idea, or give the audience an idea what it might cost. Can you buy down, so what are interest rates today?
Well, they're in the very high sixes or low sevens.
Okay.
So, you know, and that's with somebody with good credit, and they're putting down, you know, 20 to 25%. You know, so credit over 760, and that's on a conventional loan for a 30-year fixed.
Mm-hmm.
If they're doing a 15-year, it's probably in the 6.375, 6.2875, somewhere in there.
Okay.
Which isn't that bad, but you know, on a 15-year, it's quite a bit higher in terms of the monthly payment because they're paying it off in 15 years versus 30 years. And then, you know, with FHA, they're probably in the high sixes for a loan in terms of, you know, an interest rate.
So let's take that scenario, and let's just say, because, you know, I would say, I'll go out on a limb and say most people buying in the villages pretty much all have very good credit.
Mm-hmm.
They typically have a lot of money to put down.
Yeah, they do.
And I have seen that, the ones that I have seen buying homes lately put over 50% down on a home. I mean, I'm seeing people put anywhere from 50% to 75% down and just getting a small mortgage rather than paying the whole thing off, or getting like an 80-20 so you don't have PMI.
You know what's interesting is that I think that the people that are going to put a lot down the interest rate shouldn't scare them at all. You know, because if they're gonna have $100,000 or $125,000 mortgage, the interest really isn't that much.
Right,
It really isn't, and you know,
right.
so when they are looking to buy a home, really, they shouldn't really worry, because the difference between 7% and 6.5%, it's minimal.
So then let's talk about the people that we probably need to be talking about. And those are the people that have less than 50% to put down.
Right, right.
So, I mean, I would think that most people still have 25 or 30% to put down on a mortgage.
Right.
And, which would bring you into the, I'm trying to back into this here. So, let's say we got a 6.99% interest rate. Can somebody buy down with origination points a full 1% to 5.99?
I think it would cost too much.
How
I
much
mean,
do you
for,
think?
on a fixed for the year, not temporary, I think it would cost over $10,000 easy. Well, maybe 15 to 20. I mean, it depends on the loan amount, because it's all based on a percentage of the loan amount.
Gotcha.
So the higher the loan amount, the more it would cost.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Okay.
yeah.
Honestly, I don't see that being out of the realm of some people. Well, heck. So let's take a look at this real quick, you guys. Out of the homes that sold in the last 14 days, okay? Let's take a look at those. Now we can go all the way over here, right? We can see cumulative days on the market, average days on the market, and then we can see what the terms were. Look at all these cash. That's starting out at, okay, so this one sold at 176, 232, 247. So these are the ones with the lower prices. But here's the sales price. This is what I wanted to show everybody. Sales price to listing price. All right, so this one was 93%, 88%. Okay, this one sold at 100%. Might have been priced right to start with. But 94%, 96, 98, 94. So what I'm saying is, look at here, 89%, 95%, 96. So there are some people who are willing to, you know, let's just, if we do the math over here. So this one is a $360,000 home. And if I do the math on that, 360, and it was 0.96, so 0.05, let's say, that's 18,000. So 95% on a $360,000 home is $18,000. They went down in price. So that's why I'm saying I don't think it's outside the realm of getting somebody to put up origination points for people to buy down that interest rate, if that's what's holding you back. Let's go back here, and then we can see.
You know, in today's market, I think that's definitely true. That they're willing to negotiate more than they were in the past. I mean, look at the number of
Absolutely.
days on.
Yeah,
You know,
days on market.
That's a lot.
So especially, if
Yeah.
you're up here like 126, and then someone got a conventional
Exactly.
loan, and then it was 89% of the asking price,
Right.
over here, after 126 days on the market. So it just depends. Here's one 125 days on the market. They got an FHA at 96. So we can see the numbers of what it would take. Now, average home price, I will tell you, is probably about 400, okay? So we're still, right here now, we're probably getting into more of an average price. I have 25 homes per page. If you look where my cursor is over here, we can go to 50. How's that? Okay, So, let's see here. So where are we at in front? Okay, so I guess that started us over. But if we come over here, this is kind of the sweet spot, and you can kind of still see how long, not too bad on the market. It just depends. There's probably some homes out there that are active that could be a lot longer on the market than this. But still, cash, you're still seeing a lot of cash buyers, and I'm trying to help people, these conventional loan people. See, this one was cash and conventional, so I don't know how that works, but looks like they might have put a lot of cash down. I don't know. For this, but $471,000 for this home. So that's kind of what we're looking at. These will tell you when they closed. We only went back 14 days, like I said, because I really wanted to stay in. I really wanted to stay, in the market. And so just going back 14 days. As you know, we all look at the market every week here on Monday Night Live, just to kind of see what inventory's doing, how many sales, how many go pending, and then we will go ahead and take a look at all those analytics. But I'm just trying to help y'all with some options, and if you want to reach out to Kerry, kind of go through it with him, I guess higher the credit score, probably the
Anything over 740, 760 is good. Excellent, actually, in the mortgage world.
So there you go. That's what we're looking at. So don't get caught, is what I'm trying to say with, because first of all, if interest rates really start coming down, you're going to see a lot of purchases. Everybody's going to be, I think, jumping on the bandwagon before it really gets into a seller's market rather than a buyer's market. Then you're going to have multiple offers and bidding wars and all this stuff, and that's just going to drive prices higher. Then you're defeating the purpose, really. So I just wanted to be able to give some options for you. Anything else?
One of the things they say is date the rate and marry the house.
Date the rate.
Date the rate and marry the house. So if you find a house or you want to move into a house, then, the rate could be temporary, but the house could be for a long time.
Right. And a lot of people have houses to sell too. I know that as well. So, and then this obviously is not the time of year to sell homes up north, is what I'm being told, because of snow and the weather and all that stuff. But the summertime is the hot period, and it's already February. Before we know it, it's going to be June. June, the kids are out of school, and in June, people are buying and people are moving. So you have that retiree up north. He'll put his home on the market in the springtime. Families will buy his home. He'll come down here with a bunch of money, and prices may be where they're at now. Might be still a glut in the market. Maybe not. I don't think that's a game you really want to be playing, especially if you can go ahead and purchase now instead of waiting. Any parting words of wisdom you would like to?
No, I think we covered most of it. Just that, as Ira said, there is a large number of homes on the market now. So now could be the opportunity for you to negotiate a seller concession to buy down the rate on a temporary basis and then refinance in the future. And economically, it could make a lot of sense for you to get the house that you want now.
Especially if you go ahead and get one of those good percentages of sale price or listing price to sale price. So, and which with me, I can pretty much guarantee we'll get you a good price and save you some money and then help you out in the long run. So with that in mind, with us thinking about, hey, we're gonna go ahead and refinance anyways when interest rates get lower, we're gonna get you the best price that you can get when we're negotiating on a home for you. So, Kerry, wanna thank you for stopping in.
I really appreciate it.
it.
Appreciate the opportunity.
We'll give you his information
Yeah, I have it on the other screen.
on the other screen.
Yeah, if you go to your webpage, you can show it to the audience.
This
Yep,
screen?
and then the one next to it.
Oh.
Awesome.
All right, so this is Kerry's webpage. That's Kerry right there. You can go to it,
Ashorehomefunding.com.
/ Kerry Collins.
Yep.
Okay,
Okay.
so y'all take your phones out, get that camera app on there, and snap away. That's how we do that. Or, with me, just do a video. Because we can scroll through here for you. And if you have a video. Online applications, tell us about that.
Well, they can click on that and then go right to a secure website to start the application process if they like. And then that will notify me that they're there and I can contact them and then we can go down the process of getting pre-approved. And then you can call Ira when you're pre-approved and go buy a house that you want.
There you go. All right.
Okay, well thanks.
Okay, we are, all right, we're out of here.
Awesome. Thanks
Thank
again.
you very much.
Really appreciate it.
It, Kerry. Give Kerry a call if he can help you with a mortgage or talk to you a little bit more about seller's concessions, origination points, buying down that interest rate. If you didn't exactly get it all, retain it all, call Kerry. He'll be more than happy to go over it with you. Talk to you about that 3-2-1 plan with that temporary buy down. You can do a permanent buy down, but we can kind of get ahead of everything with these buy downs, these origination points and buy downs for you when you're looking for a home. So, I mean, it's a win-win. You get, you're gonna get a home at the lowest price probably you're gonna see in a while, because I truly believe at the pace things are going in this country, I'm hoping we really see interest rates start to come down here in the very near future. And if we do that, if we see interest rates going down, man, this whole real estate market's gonna blow up. So that's what we're looking for. Tell Kerry, tell Kerry about my, I am renovations.
Okay.
I don't think that we told him about that. I might have a card in there, in my thing. Anyways, wanna make sure Kerry knew about that. All right, let's go to our chat because I don't wanna get too far behind. Let's see. All right, Trish, okay, we talked to Trish. Renee, Rich. Good, sounds better. Cool. Patrick, almost gave Patrick's last name. Patrick wants to come down here and join our real estate office and become a realtor. So, at that time, we'll put him over here where Kerry was and introduce everybody. Well, actually, you know what? He did come in here. Didn't Patrick join us?
He was our last guest.
Yeah. What's wrong with your glasses?
Oh, these are a replacement pair until I get my new ones in.
Okay. Patrick, glad you made it home safe, buddy. Let's see. Ken is saying audio is still low, Christian.
Yeah, I listened to it. It sounded good to me. I mean, it's echoey because of the room we're in.
Hmm.
I guess now we can put the mic in front of you too, so we can slide it a bit closer. Racer Girl was saying it was sounding good on, or okay on
What
her end.
about, how about if I went up 10 decibels?
Sure.
We can try that.
Yeah.
Let me know what you think about that, Ken. Went up in my decibels, which I have no idea what that is, but okay. All right, MDAH. Hi from Oklahoma. How's the weather out there in Oklahoma? Don't really see a lot of people from Oklahoma, but I'm sure glad that you're joining us. Most of the people are from Michigan, Wisconsin, New Jersey, New York, up there in the Northeast. So it's nice to hear from somebody out west there. You know what? I really feel like I'd really like it out there in Oklahoma, actually. So Leon Schultz joining us. Thank you very much from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. A lot of stuff's been going on in Pennsylvania lately, right? Especially that horrible Learjet crash in Philadelphia.
The helicopter accident one?
No, that was DC. This was the Learjet, the ambulance jet. You didn't hear about that?
I only heard about the helicopter crash one.
Are you a millennial?
Z, after.
You're a Gen Z?
Mhm.
Okay. Alright, so hi Ira, sounds like Mike is across the room. So how about now, Ricky? Well, this was a half hour ago. I'm trying to catch up to you guys, but hopefully,
Yeah, I think that was before we even changed it the first time.
alright, so hopefully, let me go down real quick. Y'all tell me if it's, do you know anything about the horror? Okay. Alright, let me just go back here, because we don't have too many people. How many people?
29 right now, our top was 32 at the same time.
Okay.
It seems like our Jason, Wrestler, and Ghost Rider all missed our guest.
Or what?
I said all your regular crew missed the guest. Ghost Rider, Wrestler, and Jace all appeared right after.
They did?
Mm-hmm.
I don't see them. Oh, there's Ghost Rider. Ah, there they all are. Okay. Alright, let me catch up to them then real quick. So, hopefully Ricky, I've straightened all that out. I'm passing through from Mallory Country Club. I'm passing through. So I guess John's on his cell phone. Audio is still low, says Ken. And then Renee says, sounds okay to me. All right, thanks, Renee. Patricia, are the village's prices dropping? That's all I want to know. Are prices dropping? So, I'm just trying to think about that real quick. And as we go to the MLS, okay, let's see. I'm trying to think if I can give you that answer, or at least show you. So at the 613, I don't know if this tells us, this is the current price, but I don't believe it's showing. Because what we have to do, we have to look at, this is how I can tell. I can go and see the original price and then the previous price and then whatever it is now, right? So just based on this one, this is a manufactured home on Tarson. It has come down quite a bit. If we go to back to criteria, and we are, where am I? Results, and in my results, what the heck? Oh, here, this is where I'm gonna go. Okay. 50 per page, all right, there we go. So, I'm gonna go down here, and then I guess I would like to know, kinda, Patricia L., if you can tell me what price range you're in. I'd love to go through your price ranges and talk about, cause man. And now, so I don't wanna get myself in trouble either. So, this home is on the market for 96 days. I wonder if we can tell. So these are actual days on the market and the listing price. But I'm trying to see. So it doesn't give me what the original price was compared to the current price. I wish it would have done. Hey, Patricia, there's your house right here on Patricia Place. Let's check out Patricia Place. On the market 71 days. And it was listed at $389. And it was listed at $420. So yes, prices are coming down, Patricia. So hopefully that kind of helps you there. So, and then just like Racer Girl says, yeah, they're coming down because there's 613 listings in the MLS. And last time I checked, between the MLS, the Village's new homes, and how many they had on pre-owned, there was like 2,000 homes, right? Hold up. So there was like 2,000 homes in the Villages. So when you have 2,000 homes, now look, I guess when you have 150,000 homes, they're typically saying 10%. You can expect in any given neighborhood for there to be about 10% of homes on the market. Well, 150,000, 10% is 15,000, and we only have 2,000. So in relatively speaking, there's still a low ratio, a low percentage ratio of homes on the market to how many homes are in the Villages as a whole. So please keep that in mind. You know what? I wonder, can we do chat?
GPT.
GPT. I love Chat GPT. So we're going to go to Ask Chat GPT. How many homes are there typically in any given neighborhood that are listed for sale? Maybe Chat GPT can shed some light on that. The number of homes for sale can what vary widely. Such as location, market condition, time of year, the size of the neighborhood. However, here are some general guidelines. Seasonality, neighborhood size. In a moderately sized suburban neighborhood, 200 to 500 homes, it might be typical to see 5 to 15 homes. So 10% would be 20, right? So half of that would be, according to ChatGPT, maybe 2%? So 2% of 200 homes is 4 homes, and then 4 to 10, so maybe 3%? Okay, that's what ChatGPT is telling us, rather than 10%. So if we have 150,000, and I'm just estimating, that's 3,000 homes on the market, and we only have 2, so we're still under whatever's typical. So that's good information. Hopefully we all learned something on that. All right, so let me go back up to my chat here. Hold on. Stupid. There we go. All right, I'm back. Now, what's the problem here? You got a problem?
Someone's saying they just barely can hear anything, so I'm trying to just increase it and test while you talk.
Racer Girl says she hears pretty good. Alrighty, prices on because there's a lot of it. So hello, I'm just checking in. Brian, looks like you're feeling better this week. Yes, sir. Thank you very much. I am feeling. If I'm not 100%, I'm sure you don't want to see me kind of in front of this camera or this microphone and just babbling away. So, Christian, we have it set to, but we're a different room. Maybe we can, I think we need it set here. How's that? I think that's what we're supposed to be. This is this way. And then maybe I can go up another 20 to 20 decibels. The audio is terrible, Robert says. I can barely hear anything. How about now, Robert? Can you hear me? So let's stick in there with me, Robert, while we do some adjustments.
Racer Girl says, sounds good on my TV, sound good on my phone, but sound on my tablet is terrible.
How about now? I put on sound on my, okay. How about now, Renee? Does it sound better?
Sounds clear on my phone, it's just a kind of reverb from inside.
Okay, so what about the sound now, everybody? Not on my tablet. Okay, anyways, let's kind of go back. We'll keep talking. We'll mess with this as we go. Okay, there we go. So this is back and forth.
Yeah, if you had someone across from you.
Well, I don't know what low cut is. What's low cut? Because I just turned that on. Anyways, your mic sounds like you're in a large room, which I am. So, cool. But yeah, we are in a big room. We've actually moved into our conference room, so we might not have made the right adjustments. But let me think here. Did I mess with anything on my A10 machine? Would that do anything to the audio?
No, there shouldn't be any volume controls on there.
Okay. Anyways. So,
Just go with this one again.
all right, Missy Mo. Thank you for joining us. Oh, yeah. I wanted to. All right, Robert, so let me know what you think about the audio now. Went to Shady Brook and saw an open house, so we stopped in. The home listed for $324,500 and the bond was $47,000. So I want y'all to be looking for my brand new Bonds in the Villages video that I'm making this week. Whether it gets out this week or not, I don't know. Up to Christian. But I am going to go make, because so many people are talking about the bonds right now. I am going to do a deep dive, in depth, about bonds in the villages so everybody knows what's going on, okay? So, yeah. So I'm going to say just one little thing about that, Missy Mo. A $47,000 bond equates to about $3,200 to $3,400 a year to pay that bond off, which most of it is interest. But be looking for this deep dive. I'm going to write that down. Deep dive on bonds in the villages. So I'm going to give myself a shameless plug. Actually, ooh, that gives me a good idea. So over here, right, I want you guys to check this out. Shameless plug, sorry about that. Right here. So my home on Kerry, no bond, bond's paid, okay? $2,213 for taxes. I am renovation, went into this home and completely renovated this whole home. So we painted everything, put higher baseboards. We actually took the popcorn and put knockdown, because we wanted to make this home as close to a brand new home as possible without a bond. And so that is why I started I Am Renovations, because here you go, this home, so let's kind of go through it a little bit. So this is where the double doors go into the master bedroom. Here's your front door. So before we were at the front door looking this way. Now the next one we're looking from the dining room this way. Guest bedrooms are in there. Master bedrooms on this side. There's the kitchen. There's your dining room. Dining room. Kitchen, brand new quartz countertops. Brand new the same flooring throughout the house. People love that. So this is what the quartz looks like. High-end LG appliances. This refrigerator is top of the lines, top notch. So you can kind of see that it goes off, but this is what your quartz looks like. Quartz in the kitchen, brand new faucet. I mean, we did a complete makeover on this home. Brand new counters in here, brand new faucets. Nice walk-in shower, fan with the light kit in the guest bedrooms, guest bathroom with the same quartz. Oh, there you go. You have a spa tub in the guest bathroom. Now that would be nice to relax in for sure. Inside laundry room, washers and dryers are included, wraparound porch. And hooked to this wraparound porch is a hot tub, an in-ground hot tub. So, roof replaced in 2020, air conditioner in 2018. This home is in the village of Winifred. So, guys, Winifred's an awesome area, by the way. It's incredible. All right. So, like I said, a shameless plug for one of my listings that I did the renovation on, but hey, no bond, low taxes, great price, $449 for that home. Everything is brand new. You don't have to do a thing to this house. So, great home. But that's an option for y'all, okay? If those bonds really bother you, which they would bother me. Did you hear about the builder in Solavita, Taylor Morrison, in finishing the final section? Usually they give the amenities to the HOAs when they are done, supposedly not in Solavita. So I can tell you, the HOA is run by the developer on top of the world, and the HOA is still owned by the developer in Spruce Creek South. So Spruce Creek South has been done. I think the newest home in Spruce Creek South is a 2006. So that developer held on to the HOA this whole time, over almost 20 years. So yeah, it's been done and it's being done. All right. Quality is non-existent. What's that mean, Missy? Racer Dude said the house in Shady Brook was a POS.
I think those comments are connected.
What comments?
The quality, I think she was responding to her first comment, quality is non-existent. So I think this is just her second comment to it.
Well, I see. Okay. So, it is mostly the reverb, but a little better with the pop filter off for some reason. So I'm gonna put the mic right up to me, so hopefully y'all are good to go. You are correct, Christian. There does not seem to be a front and back to the mic. Good try, though. So I'm still talking to the back of the mic, but there's not a front and a back.
Yeah.
So why am I talking to the back of the mic?
To see if it would help at all, it sounds the same. So you can flip it.
Okay. I just pull it closer. All right, there we go. Ghost Rider says sounds great on my TV and my phone. Christian sounds good. Ira sounds like he is across the.
Yeah, that's when I
How do you hear Christian?
So I was talking to you from over there, like 20 minutes ago. So that's why I flipped the mic, was due to that comment.
That's weird. Anyways. All right, we can still hear him. Hold up. We can still hear him, just picky as a content creator, I guess. LOL. Hey, you know what? Don't we have another mic?
We have a USB type, yeah.
How would we use that?
I would have it, next time we set up, I'd have it go through StreamYard instead of going through the camera.
Maybe the connection in the camera is a problem. Alrighty, Racer
make sure
Dude
that-
said the house in Shady Brook was a POS. Okie dokie. Quality is non-existent. We looked at a lot of new homes last July. The better deal, honestly, is a pre-owned because of the bonds. So there you go. I told you what you can do. I had to squeeze the bond info out of the realtor. Of course you did, because they're not going to say, oh, it's only $47,000. And let me show you something real quick. I'm not gonna go down this rabbit hole for a long period of time. However, I am going to let's see here. Where's District Gov? Where's districtgov.org? What's the deal? Stellar phone call.
Oh, hit the all bookmarks?
I just did.
No, all bookmarks next to it.
Alright, I guess I have to do it the hard way. Needs to be pinned in here, Christian.
Okay.
Welcome. So check this out. You guys are gonna love this. This is part of what I'm gonna do a deep dive in, so you're kind of getting a little. It's a little slow. Find my district, you know, it used to be, bam, you could find this thing, I mean, right off the bat. But they really, 1897, Kerry. So Kerry Lane, District 5. This is Winifred. Finance. So this is what we really want, okay? We're gonna go down here. Shady Brook, that's probably District 15, I guess. So we're gonna say Sumter County and District 15 and. So, Moultrie Creek, I don't know, oh wait a minute, Shady Brook you said, right? Well, Moultrie Creek is $48,000 bond, right? We're not far off. You said Shady Brook was 47. So you're paying, remember I told you you're paying about 32 to 34? There you go. 33,8005 is your total you're going to pay every year. Guess what you're going to pay by the time it's all said and done? Double. Over double. 102. So they're crazy. Total assessment, 102,678. This is what you would pay in reality, should you decide that you are going to pay it all off in 30 years. Incredible. So, there you go. Caveat emptor. Have you ever heard that saying? I might make that. Alright,
I think that's one of our video titles.
so you are wrong, Missy Mo. POS is the name Skip gave to Jose's K-car. Oh my gosh, this is now copyrighted. You now owe Skip 50 bucks. Oh yeah, the village realtors are not honest in my opinion. That's why they're not. And this is why I have offered my services for 0.5% of the price of a home. So if anybody wants me to represent them out there in buyer's land, I will represent them for 0.5%. Couple of quick stories. Went to Jewish services Friday night. I met one of my old customers who went to the villages to buy a home, unbeknownst to me. And he goes, I'm still in my old home after 20 years. I'm like, cool, I guess I did something right there for you. Well, about 3 years ago, we did go and try to, they had a small, very small Corpus Christi ranch home, cottage home. So they went to upgrade. They went to a village's agent. They put $50,000 down on a pre-owned home with the villages. They went ahead and did a home inspection. Well, there was this wrong and that wrong and this wrong and that wrong and all these things were wrong. And he goes, whoa, I don't want that POS. Skip, I owe you 50 bucks. I don't want that POS. Give me my money back. They said, no. Can't get your money back. He goes, what do you mean? Had a home inspection, it has all these things wrong with it. Well, the homeowner will go ahead and fix all those things that are wrong with it, and you'll have to go through with the contract. This is why you need me. The man lost $50,000. I'm going to do my best to try to get him to do a podcast with me. So, caveat emptor. I got a call about 3 weeks, a month ago. Hi Ira, you don't know me, but I know I watch your videos all the time. I went to the villages and I'm building a home through the villages. I'm like, okay, well, I can't help you there. But I could if he would have, if he wanted to hire me as his buyer's agent. But he goes, they're telling me that they're going to have to underpin my home. What does that mean? I'm like, what? What do you mean they're having an underpinner? Yeah, they told me that they had an engineer come in there and now they're gonna have to underpin, put these, and I said, well, I know what underpinning is. Underpinning is when you have a sinkhole under your home, or you have a depression. And so I said, you must have had some kind of failure or whatever, where they had to come in and now they're underpinning your whole home, just like as if it had a sinkhole. And he goes, well, what's that going to do to me, you know? And I'm like, well, I said, in a normal situation, that would be disclosed in a, and you're going to have to disclose this if you ever go to sell your home. And that's really going to affect the value of your home. And he's like, oh man, you know, I mean, so I said, you're going to have to go talk to them about that. I don't, you know, what are you going to do? I know what I would do. I would say, I don't want that home. You're having to underpin that home, and then when I go to sell it, and I have a seller's disclosure, and they're going to say, well, has there ever been a sinkhole? I guess you could say no, because I don't know what they told them. I don't know what the engineering report says. So I can't really speak a whole lot on that matter. I can just tell you all what it is that he told me. And so, you know, that's not good. And I've been telling y'all for a long time, where they're starting to develop, there's a lot of wetlands out there. And I've shown you maps of wetlands, where they're headed. And so I always knew that that was going to be a problem. I can't believe I got a phone call from somebody, and the guy told me that they were underpinning his home. If he's out there, if you're listening to this, if you'll call me, I'd really love to hear from you. I would really love to do a podcast with you. So please give me a call. If I can't remember the guy's name, it was kind of, I was driving down the road, it was on the spur of the moment, so I didn't write anything down, or I can't even, you know, go back to find his telephone number, but if he's out there, please give me a call. So, again, you guys, you have to be so very careful when you're dealing with villages' properties, because they're not going to, I mean, just like Missy Mo said, she had to pull the bond amount out of that agent. They're just not wanting to say, oh yeah, they're only $50,000. You're only spending $3,500, $3,600 every single year on your taxes, besides all the taxes you're going to pay in Sumter County and Wildwood taxes. Alright, so WrestleMania, Racer Girl, I heard the same thing from other people about the sales agents. Not sure they're actually licensed realtors though. So they are not realtors. Let me just kind of, I'll explain the whole situation. They are licensed real estate agents with the state of Florida. They are not realtors. Realtors, or realtors, as some people like to say, but that was spelled correctly. Thank you very much, Wrestler. Realtors belong to the National Board of Realtors, Florida Board of Realtors, and our local Board of Realtors, and we have to operate under a code of ethics. And we have a whole code of ethics that realtors, not licensed real estate agents, have to abide by. We can be fined, we can have our license suspended. There's a lot of stuff that can happen. So, ethics, that is the key word when you're dealing with a realtor who's in the MLS, who the real estate villages real estate sales agents don't belong to. So, that's a fact. Some are not wrestler. Yes, they all, 100% of them, are licensed by the state of Florida.
She was talking about honesty.
Oh, honesty. Not sure they're all actually, some are, well, Racer Girl, I've heard the same thing from other people about sales agents, not sure they're actually licensed realtors, some are not. That's why I thought she was talking
Oh, I
about
see,
licensed. Anyways, but they all are licensed, I can tell you that, I used to work for them. Hello Ira, it's Dennis in Florence. Oh hey! I met you guys at World of Beer. So thank you for joining. Yeah, we met at World of Beer. Wanted to share some news. We just bought a home in Shady Brook. We closed. So, well, I'm sorry to hear that, Dennis. That's all I can tell you, because for the last 20 minutes we talked about why you shouldn't buy a home in Shady Brook. So I'm sorry about all that. Anyways, that's not good news to me as a real estate agent anyways, Dennis. I hate to tell you. Somebody who's in the real estate industry. So, but welcome to the Villages. Hopefully everything works out for you. That $48,000 bond, I don't know what to tell you. Hopefully they told you about that. Ghost Rider. Hi Ira, swinging through. Hey, oh my gosh, Tom, where you been, man? I haven't seen Rami in I don't know how long. Wow. That's awesome. Thank you so much for joining tonight. I love seeing you, and it's been a long time since you've said hello. Caveat emptor sounds like a wizard spell from, yes it does. Buyer beware. Full disclosure, Ira. So once again, I offer my services to anybody out there for 1/2 of 1% to keep everybody straight, keep you from making a huge mistake. I will put my home inspection experience, my contractor experience, my broker experience, my contract knowledge experience to work for you to make sure that we are good. Hey! Skip Smith! I am so glad you're in here. So guess what? Did you put that on there?
Yeah, I'll show you how to get it.
Skip, don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere.
It's in your YouTube studio, as in published. So just go to YouTube.
Don't go anywhere. Don't go away. Where is...
Taking a while.
Under this one?
Yep.
Okay, you're gonna love it. We had a whole gang out at World of Beer the other night.
Skip, so what did I do now? And then content?
That content.
Oh, you already.
Here we go.
And then just the left icon. Yeah, click that where your face is. Or there, yep.
Can they hear it?
It should be coming out of desktop.
There we go.
Good evening, everybody.
There's Kevin. There's me. Oh, there's Mr. Smith.
Is that video or what? Oh, you may want to edit what I just said.
Oh, we didn't hear that. We'll play it on Monday night.
What's it?
There's Miss Sue. She said, am I going to air it? And I said, maybe Monday night.
Oh, yeah.
I can't play it.
Well, I'll take all your viewers.
That's why I don't go to Wednesdays. Kevin is going Hey, okay, and where are we? We're over there. World of beer. So, come on now.
Come on down to World Band, CJ's.
It's nice and warm down here.
It is warm, yeah.
It's better than zero. That was priceless. That was such an awesome time, you guys. I loved it. Loved it, loved it. Skip says, damn, I look good. So Ken, he never did. Let me just say, yes, I guess that we got one of the honest ones. She told us about the bond and we were okay with it. All right, wrestler gonna make the current news, Skip. That was great. All right, so Skip is being called out. So Ken, just to answer your question real quick, I will go over their contract. They have their own contract, okay? So you kind of need somebody like me to go over the contract with you because it's not your typical FAR bar, which is Florida Association of Realtors, and the Florida bar, legal bar. So, they have to produce, see, they won't let me write a contract and give it to them. They are insistent on their own contracts. So we will go over that contract together. All right, so it's Jace, yes, yes. And I dragged the crew with me so I'm protected. That was great. It's always the crew first. Yeah, we really had a good time. So let's see, want to go pig wrestling? Okay. I don't know where that came from, Skip, but okay. We can go wrestling. So Skip, I appreciate you being on tonight. That's awesome. So LR, I enjoy the renovation videos on your channel. Any more updates coming from the Cimarron house? I'd like to see how it turned out. Well, guess what, you guys? So, little story there. I got plenty of stories, but so I had a little falling out with the guy who bought the Cimarron house. I can't even remember why. Oh, I know why. He wanted me to have an electrician go through the entire home and tell him why some light switches don't work. It's not that they don't work, but where they go to. And I'm like, man, all you gotta do is just kinda, and I kinda told him, I said, well, one's for the floor outlet, one's for over the cabinet. I mean, he just really couldn't figure it out, and he wanted me to hire an electrician. I'm like, you know, I'm not gonna do that, right? I said, first of all, he bought the house as is. He wasn't gonna do, he told me, I'm not gonna do an inspection. I'm buying it as is. It is what it is, whatever it is, I don't care. But then and then he goes, as long as you get rid of that vault, and as long as you build me an office, we're good. I said, you're on. Not only that, I got him owner financing. I got the owner to finance a mortgage for him for 2 years. I've been over backwards, and I'm like, so then I'm like, you know, and then he wanted it cleaned a couple of times. I had it cleaned a couple of times because of the construction we were doing. But anyways, to make a long story short, I was at a Jace concert at Tierra del Sol, which is right down the street from Cimarron. And here come the homeowners. I'm like, and my wife's with me. I go, oh, hey, there's the people who bought Cimarron. So about 15 minutes went by, and Jason wrapped it up and went over there, and I started talking to Jason, and then I said, I'm gonna go over there and talk to them. And she goes, Ira, I don't know if that's a good idea. And I said, no, I'm gonna go over and say, hey, how you doing? And, you know, just kind of see where their head's at. And they're very nice, like nothing happened. I said, hey, I'd like to come over and do a video maybe of the finished product. Would that be okay? Oh, I know what it was. They wanted me to paint the floor in the garage. And the whole garage floor needed to be painted anyways. And I'm like, look, you know, this is what you told me you wanted. You wanted this, you wanted that. They wanted the electrician. Then they wanted me to paint the floor. I'm like, guys, you know, I got to draw the line somewhere anyways. But, so I think I'm good to go with going and getting me a finished video. I also have to get a finished video of Hazelwood as well. So LR, thank you for that. I appreciate it. We're gonna go ahead and, I need to do that. I really need to do that. So I will call them up, just ask them if I can come in and just shoot a video. Because the whole thing was, last video I did, I didn't have the electrician put the lights in before all that. That was the very, very last thing out the door, was to install the lights that he wanted in there. And we installed the lights, and I never went back. But I never was able to get a finished video, so I'll work on that, LR. Thank you for bringing that up. Need to get rid of those wild hogs here in the villages, so I thought it'd be a sport and wrestle them for bear.
In Texas, you can hunt them from helicopters.
Yeah, I know. Me and Skip had a little talk about that NDA wrestler and how he got compromised, how he needed your help. So, good for you to step up and help the old man out and get the Russians out of his YouTube channel.
There are a lot of scams happening on the elderly, so.
Ira said, to make a long story short, after he spoke about 15 minutes, I learned that from Skip. I learned everything I know from Skip Smith. So there you go. Say thumbs up, he says. Mr. Dana Life, are Canadians selling and leaving? No, I think we resolved that one today, and the Canadians are now our friends again. And they have agreed to put 50,000 troops on the border to stop fentanyl from coming into our country. And here's one thing I don't think a lot of people have thought about. Where's the fentanyl coming from? China. Why is China sending fentanyl into our country through Canada and through Mexico? To kill our military-aged people, men and women, and if you're killing 100,000 of our young people who are military age, that's a problem. That's a huge problem. So yeah, not only the death of our young people, but the deficit of our military, that puts our whole country in jeopardy. So I hope everybody's thought about that. Don't like to get political, I keep saying that, but you know, sometimes I just have these things on my brain. So no, the Canadians are not selling and leaving, they're just gonna hang out because they're gonna be our 51st state.
Like 57, right?
Hmm?
There's like, what, 7 territories and provinces?
That's all, it's a package deal. Oh my gosh. All right, you guys, listen. 7:38, Christian wants to go home.
Yeah, to Ira's house to continue the party.
Some guy offered me a beer today. I said, Bob, I would love to have a beer. I'd love to have a beer with you. I said, but, hope he's listening. Hope he's on tonight. I told him to come watch me. I said, I've got a live stream. If I start drinking now, if I drink a beer now, I'm going to be wiped out. I won't be able... Y'all see what I got to drink? Anyway, I should get paid. Celsius needs to pay me. Because I'm always drinking a Celsius on Monday night as we go through this. Mr. Day in our life, he must be Canadian. Never! They're never gonna become the 51st state. Alright, I must get going. WrestleMania, you are the man. Have a tofu turkey in the oven. True don't.
True dat? Maybe?
True don't is terrible. Canada, true north, strong and free, but love the villages. Well, we love all of our Canadian friends, for real, all kidding aside. You know, we all get along. I mean, it is what it is, and all we want to do is just protect our citizens, and I feel like, you know, I don't know. I don't really know if there's a fentanyl problem in Canada, but there is certainly a fentanyl problem here in our country, and we need to get that straightened out. All right, and I'm sure Democrats and Republicans and Canadians can agree on all that. Stop the fentanyl from coming in and killing everybody. Everyone, before you go, please remember to give a thumbs up. Please do that. Love that. Thank you, Wrestler. I thought you were going to forget about that. Wrestler is one of my subscribers, and I'm one of his subscribers. So when you go to my channel, check out Wrestler Mania's channel as well. It's pretty entertaining. We really love to have him back and forth, as well as Skip Smith. He's the man. I still have to join Skip's Patreon.
There you go.
Whatever.
Patreon, you said it right the second time.
I tried at World of Beer, didn't work. Anyways, I still plan on doing that. So bye WrestleMania, good night Pat D and Jane, thank you for so much for joining us tonight. Now, last thing I will say before we all leave, I know everybody's gone already, so it's a little too late probably. we're contemplating going to every other week. So if there's still people on there, let me know what you think about the every other week instead of every week option. Okay? Love y'all. Thank you so much for joining me this evening. I thought we had a great chat tonight, and